Hello and welcome to day 6 of my 12 days of Christmas holiday countdown. As you can see, I am doing a demo using the glitter from Coastal Scents, and to begin the look I am using a base from Nyx in the color Flesh Toned, and then I'm going into my brow bone highlight, and I'm using Charmois Nude by Coastal Scents, and I am placing that directly on the brow bone just to add a little bit of a highlight. Next, I'm using the shade Pumpkin Pie by Coastal Scents, and I'm using a fluffy blending brush by Morphe right above the crease as a transition shade. This is my absolute favorite transition shade. I feel like it gives a nice warmth to whatever look it is that I'm going for. So I'm going to buff that all up above my crease just to give a nice base for all of those colors to blend out seamlessly. And next I am taking the shade Sultry from the Nude'tude palette by the Balm, and I'm using my Pro blending brush by Coastal Scents to put that directly into my crease. And this is just going to add a bit of dimension. It's all about layering the shades just so you get as much depth as you are hoping for or looking for. I don't have a really defined crease, as you guys can see. I kind of have like a bit of a hooded eye. I don't know. So I'm just using this just to give that dimension that I feel like I don't have. So now I'm using the shade Chocolatier by Coastal Scents, and I'm using that same brush, but I'm going to focus this more so on the outer corner, and I'm going to drag that about halfway through my crease just to add a bit more dimension. So now that we have that down, we're going to go into the shade Sleek, and that's also in the Nude'tude palette, and we are going to carve out our outer corner using a pencil brush, and I believe this is by Crown Brush. And we're going to then place a color, and then we're going to blend it out using a blending brush. Now this brush here that I was using, I did not love it. The only reason why I was trying to use it in this particular moment was because it was a darker shade that I was using, and I didn't want to muddy out the other blending brushes that I had because I knew that I was going to use it again. But you know, you got to do what you got to do. Switch it out. So blend, blend, blend until your heart is content. So now I'm using NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Milk, and I am placing that on top of my lid, and I am going to blend that out using my finger. I feel like that gives you the smoothest surface by kind of using the warmth from your finger and spreading it out. So yeah. So now I am going to go into the shade Sassy from the Nude'tude palette and place that all over top of that white base that we put down. And we're doing that in patting motions, and be sure not to take it too far up into the crease. As you can see, I went a little bit above, so I'm going to go on ahead and buff out the edges just so it gives a nice seamless transition from one color to the next without it looking completely thrown. So yeah. So now we're going to put down a base for our glitter, and I'm using the Glitter Glue Shadow Insurance by Too Faced, and I'm using a small detailed flat brush by Sonia Kashuk. And we want to make sure that we are covering every surface that we want that glitter to adhere to, just so you don't have any spaces or anything in between. Now for the glitter itself, again I'm using the one by Coastal Scents in the shade crystal ball, excuse me, and this glitter is gorgeous. It's an iridescent glitter, so it doesn't have much pigment to it, but the iridescence, it has some green, some blue, some pink. It's perfect for the winter time, just to add a bit of pizzazz to whatever it is that you have going on. So yeah, I'm using that same brush and I'm patting that right over top of the spaces that we use the glue. And then we're going to blend out the edges, making sure that everything is still nice and intact. So now we are going to line our waterline, and I'm using the Tarte Inner Rim Liner, and it doesn't necessarily have a shade, but as you can see, it's a nude. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And I already put on my liner. I ended up using this Stila liquid liner, but use whatever, you know, works out for you. So we're gonna go on ahead and finish up the face. I used the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, the Stay Matte But Not Fat by NYX, and Bahama to contour. So now we're going back into the Nude'tude palette, the shade Sultry, and we're going to run that on our lower lash line using a defined brush, and this one is by Coastal Scents. Once we do that, we are going to go on ahead and put in an inner corner highlight, and I'm using that same shade that we use on the lid for the inner corner, which is the shade Sassy, which is like a shimmery white color. Just add some iciness to this look. Perfect for the winter. So now I am going to go on ahead and prep my lashes. I did not put what lashes I used, but the mascara that I used was the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. So we're going to go on ahead and put that on the top and bottom. And again, I think the lashes that I used, they were by Ardell. They were some of their double up lashes, but I didn't have like the box or anything. They're kind of old, so just use whatever lashes that you feel comfortable using, whether you want to use lashes or not. So yeah, boom, we got lashes. So now we're going to go on ahead and use the blush, which is NYX Mauve, and I'm going to use my Real Techniques blush brush just to kind of buff that over top of my cheeks. And I love this brush. If you guys can't tell, I use this every single time, and I will continue to. So we're placing that there. And then we are going to go into my favorite highlight. Of course, we're going to use Mary Loumanizer, and we're going to use that same brush just to kind of put that right over top of our cheekbone area here. And I go on ahead and I use my finger to apply the highlight on the bridge of my nose, just so we don't muddy out the contouring that we did. So here I am using a nude lip color. You can use whatever nude you feel comfortable with. I didn't want to list what I used because everybody's different, so everybody's not going to use the same shade. So I used one of my favorites, which is Enchanted One by MAC, which is limited edition, which is another reason why I don't need to mention it, but boom. So you can stop there, leave the lip matte, or you can continue to go on and you can put a gloss over top of it. So here I'm using, I forget what it's called, I don't know, I'll list it down below. But I am putting that in the center of my lip just to add a little bit of gloss and shine. So there goes another option for you there. So yeah. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this series. If you have any requests, please comment them down below. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.